And welcome back to my channel. Today is going, oh, freaking fracker natters. I didn't get out the dupe. There it is. So this is just a cheap, not cheap, just quick and cheerful review of two of Nars's new eyeshadows, but they're not new. They're re-releases, but they're under the Hardwire line, where I think there was 6 or 7 eyeshadows released. I bought the 2 that like sung to my soul. And I have a couple dupes for you. Although one, I'm like, does that count as a dupe? But I'm gonna tell you about this unicorn. Okay, so the first one I'm gonna talk about, first off, like cute little Nars packaging, the stupid soft touch. It's like so fun to touch, but looks so dirty when it lives in your makeup drawer packaging. They're really just pleasant to hold. They seem teeny tiny, even though you get quite a bit of eyeshadow. You get 0.07 ounces in it, and like my dupe, oh, it's 0.85, so more. But like they're big enough, they're eyeshadow size, and they always have this cute little like Nars plastic thing over top that now that I'm doing this video I can finally throw away. But this is OuterLimits. This eyeshadow was originally released with the, is it Christopher Kane collaboration? I think he's a fashion designer, to be honest. I didn't know what he was, but when I saw this color, I was like, oh my god, that is made of peachy, metallic, duochrome dreams. I must have it, and it sold out like that. Like, it was a really preemptive snap. Like, you guys knew that was coming. I wasn't like quick on that. And I wanted it. I even looked on Glambot to see if I could buy it off of there, and it was on there once, but it wasn't a great paycheck. And Glambot and I are in a little bit of a fight because their whole deal was that they weren't gonna have their price. They don't know we're in a fight, just so you know. There's been no like Twitter battle or anything. It's an internal fight, so only I know about. But they're starting to raise their prices on limited edition stuff, like well over hundreds of dollars, which their whole thing at the beginning is that they weren't gonna be like eBay and do that, and I guess cash talks, right? So this is OuterLimits. It is a duochrome peachy eyeshadow with violet and gold reflex in it. Here it is swatched. I'm really hoping my lighting makes it show up. I am wearing it today on my inner half of my eye, I guess, but it is just a glittery dream. And then the second one I bought that spoke to me, and again, I can get rid of this like super pretty but pointless plastic thing, is Stud. And this is like, they describe it as a bronze pewter, but again, it has like a silvery green reflect in it. And it's just one of my favorite type of colors for a wash of color. I love a sparkle. So with the Christopher Kane, like I tried to buy it, I really wanted it. I had thought about it for this whole year. I was like, that is my dream eyeshadow. Like I really, really, really want it. So I started hunting around for dupes for this guy. So I was like, no, this is the eyeshadow that I have. This is my dream eyeshadow. I need to have it. It will make my life better. So up comes the internet, and I'm looking at blogs, and one blog happens to mention Topshop, which is a store in England who sells, it's kind of like, it's a department store, but they sell their own brand. So it's kind of like a big, I don't really know how to describe it because I've actually never been to it. It's just from what I understand. They sell a little bit of it in the Bay. I know you can get some Topshop stuff in Macy's. I don't actually know if you can get the makeup in the States, but my friend picked this up in England. And this is their Chameleon eyeshadow in Shuffle the Cards. And the internet says that this is a dupe for OuterLimits. So my friend got this for me last October when she went to England. If you hold them up side by side, pretty gosh darn close. This one you get a little bit more, and it is cheap. I want to say like 10 pounds or something. So like these are like $31 Canadian. So this is way, way, way cheaper. You get more. There it is there. And I'm gonna swatch it beside it. And it is pretty gosh darn close. I'm gonna zoom in a bit because my lighting is making these swatches not, there you go. So you can see it here. This is the Topshop one, and this is the Nars one. The Topshop one actually is a little bit glowier, a little bit sparklier. The glitter is finer, and I don't know if you guys can see up here. The Topshop one is a little bit smoother, which then I'm like, the Topshop one is better. Oh, well then. So This, I believe, is gonna sell out in a hot minute. If it isn't already, I don't think it is, but it sold out the first time. It's not the best eyeshadow. I have tried it with several different bases. I tried it on its own. If you just use an eyeshadow brush and sweep it, all you're gonna do is get like glitter everywhere. So I recommend using a translucent powder to do a bake before you put it on so you can wipe away your breaks, unless you like glitter all over your cheeks. And if you do, you go girl, you glitter it up. And then the best thing I have found is that I do my eyeshadow look and then I put a whole bunch of this on my eyelid and then I really quickly use my finger and pack on the Outer Limits, and it is very pretty. Like looking in my mirror, but I get a lot of, because I have hooded eyes, I get a lot of glitter transfer up in here, which I do with any glitter. And I just actually think the Topshop one is better quality. It goes, when you use it with Fix Plus, it goes very metallic-y and a little bit bunchy, whereas the Topshop one just goes kind of on like a liquid metallic. I'm sure the Topshop one has like talc and worse ingredients in it, but I never really give a shit about that as long as the eyeshadow works well. Now a dupe for this stud one is by Nars. So is that a dupe when it's like the same price? But the Dion Dual Intensity eyeshadow is like incredibly similar, just like slightly lighter, but the same tone, the same reflect. Actually, they're not that similar, but they're pretty gosh darn close. I think if you own Dion, you don't need stud, and if you own stud, you don't need Dion. They're just, the finish is very similar. So I'm not going to return to Outer Limits for two reasons. Reason number one is I'm a crazy hoarder. And reason number two is it took me a really long time to find it and I was obsessed with it and I needed it in my life, and it is still pretty. It's just one of those eyeshadows that is hard to work with. I think Temptalia gave it like a B. So it's not an F because it is sparkly, and when you use a glitter eyeshadow, you just need to embrace glitter fallout unless you use like a cream, like a ColourPop. I wonder if ColourPop makes something like this. ColourPop, hey, make something like this. It's what eyeshadow dreams are made out of. You don't watch my videos, but a girl can dream. So yeah, so that's my thought on these. They're $31. They're not cheap. I hate the Nars packaging. I would rather have, like, people complain that the Visa Art packaging or Natasha Denona packaging looks cheap, but at least it looks clean. I'm always really shameful to pull, like, this guy is so dirty looking, and to pull this out in front of clients, I actually think is a little bit embarrassing. But I'm not gonna keep them in their own like bubble wrappy Nars world because that's ridiculous. So that's my thought on these two. That ended up, I wanted this to be a 5-minute video. We're at 8, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give me a nice big thumbs up. It makes me happy. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of what I have to offer. It also makes me feel special. My mom thinks I'm special. Yeah, so, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Bye.